Hi YouTube.
I've been on the road, out here with the squad. Everybody tryna go, yeah, the party jumping off. Hey, we putting on a show, tryna catch a vibe. We do this every time, like na 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 na. Feeling like I'm on the highway, cause everything been going my way.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. It's Kristen Johnson here. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. You know, if you're on your own weight loss journey or you just want to get inspired, motivated, or you want to laugh a little bit, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Today, I wanted to make a video just kind of telling my story. I have actually lost 100 pounds myself 6 years ago, and have been able to keep it off through this whole time. And I just want to share that story with you guys so you can kind of see, you know, where I'm coming from and how I got here. Just going back to when I was a kid, I was never, I always, you know, I talk about this, I was never an athletic kid. I was terrible at sports. I was always kind of the chubby kid. I had, you know, glasses and, you know, didn't really know how to do my hair, and I was kind of just not really, just not the athletic girl. I was not the jock. I was not even good in gym class. I actually used to hide during gym class in elementary school. I would hide in the bathroom stall. I would just stay in the bathroom stall. I would do everything to avoid going to gym. I would get made fun of for how I ran. I was told I run funny, and I was the slowest. I was the last one to get picked on the team. Like I just, gym was not my thing. I saw my high school teacher later in life after I'd become a trainer, and she was like, wow, miracles do happen, because I just was not the athlete. I had to go to summer school because I failed gym. Like, who fails gym? And I actually ended up, after that, going to college for music. And the same time, around the same time that I went to college for music, I ended up becoming pregnant with my son. So I was 19, and throughout my pregnancy, I put on 80 pounds. I put on 80 pounds, and you know, I watched all these shows, and they were like, oh, you breastfeed, you'll lose the weight. And you know, I thought that I was just gonna come off after I had my son. I didn't know any better, but so be it. My son was not 80 pounds. He was 9 pounds. So I held on to all that weight. I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped eating. I just had to, when I was eating, it just had to be fast. And you know, the baby was gonna take a nap, and I had to hurry up and do, and I stopped thinking about myself in any way, shape, or form. It just all became about my son and you know, and our family life. And I actually held on to that weight. I ended up having my daughter when I was 25, and I still had the weight for my son. Just life took over. Everything, like I said, everything I ate, it just had to be fast. It couldn't be, you know, I would go all day long. I'd take the kids to the park, and then I'd get 1,000-calorie coffee on the way to the park and drink it there, and have Dunkin' Donuts on the way home just to, you know, give them a snack. And everything was just whatever I could find that was fast so that I could keep up with, you know, my lifestyle as being a mom of 2 kids under 5. My whole life really became about just keeping up with the Joneses and just trying to be one of those moms. And I was a room mom every year, and I was at every party, and I baked all the goods. And well, I pretended I baked the goods. What I really did was went to the bakery, and then I got one of those containers, and I put the bakery in the container so they thought that I baked it. A little tip for you. Don't act like you didn't do that. I mean, I remember going to Kohl's and trying on outfits and being in there for hours in their dressing room because I could not find anything I liked, or anything that I liked the way that it looked on me. I felt huge in everything, and I remember being in Kohl's dressing room for 3 hours, and I didn't find anything, and I left in tears, and the plans that I had made that night, I canceled them because I just didn't. It was so difficult. So I knew that I was putting on weight, but I was ignoring it. There was no thought going into what I was putting in my body. And eventually a friend of mine contacted me. He was a trainer, and you know, he kind of watched me let myself go, and he said that he was going to be offering free assessments, and he had me come in for my assessment. And I went in for the assessment. I wasn't really thinking, I still wasn't really taking it seriously. You know, I was like, oh well, it'll still be something I deal with eventually. You know, I'll deal with my weight loss when I get to it. And he put me on the scale, and I was 256 pounds. And I was shocked, okay? I was floored. I had no idea that I had gotten to that weight. No idea, none. I was like shocked. I was completely shocked. I was expecting like two something, but 256, I was almost 260 pounds. I was shocked, and I went home that day. I think it was like a Friday, and I went home that day and I cried for 2 days because I just couldn't believe that I had let myself get to that point. And I remember just thinking like, this is who I am now. I'm a mom, and this is my body now. And but it snowballed so much, me just not taking care of myself, that I got to that 256 pound part of my life. And I went home, I cried for 2 days straight, and then I was like, all right, you're done crying. And I worked my ass off that summer. I worked with that trainer. In between my sessions, I would make sure that I still was working out. I was still doing my cardio. I was still doing whatever I had to do. I cleaned my diet up. I was cooking 2 different meals for my family. And, you know, I just was determined because I knew what was ahead of me. I think the goal that we had set was 80 pounds. So I knew like that was gonna be a lot of work. And I took it and I ran with it, and I lost 40 pounds that summer. And I was feeling myself, I was losing the weight. And after losing so much weight, you know, people were starting to notice, and I had my little progress pictures, and I was feeling myself. I was like, you know what, maybe I'm good now. Maybe I'm good. I don't have to do this gym thing anymore. And I stopped. And I stopped for a little while, and what ended up happening, exactly what you think ended up happening. I stopped, and I put on the 40, and I put on another 10 actually. So I put on the 50 pounds, and I was back in the same boat, but even heavier. I was disgusted with myself. I was at the point, and I've heard a saying about this before. It says, you know, no transformation begins until you get tired of your own. And that's what it was. I'm sorry, BS. BS. I was tired of my own BS. And actually what ended up happening was I learned a lesson that was of so much value to me. I learned that you absolutely cannot stop. This last time I started going to the gym, I had seen this guy's story who had lost 100 pounds, and I found out he was doing a class at my gym. So I was tired of where I was at. I could not believe that I had put on back all this weight, and I was like, this is it. I am going to this gym, and I am not ever stopping ever again. I am never ever stopping again because I am tired of this being an issue in my life. So I found out about this man's class. It was at 6 in the morning. There was no other option. If I wanted to go to the class, I had to go at 6 in the morning. I was so tired of trying and failing. That whole process of trying and failing and trying and failing, it can be so defeating. And I just didn't want to do that anymore. So this last time, I said, all right, I want to take this class. I got to get up at 5 in the morning and take the class. And I have to become that girl because I don't want to be the girl who needs to lose 100 pounds any longer. This goal was at the forefront of my mind. It was the most important thing. I mean, of course, I'm taking care of my family and all that, but it was constantly on my mind. I wanted it so bad, and there was nothing going to stop me from getting it. I worked out every single day, sometimes twice a day, just to hit that goal because I was so tired of failing at this. And in 10 months, I lost 100 pounds. It didn't even take me a whole year. So, you know, when you are ready, you are ready. There was all those other times I was not ready. This last time, I knew I was ready. And I told myself I was not gonna stop, and that was 6 years ago, and I haven't stopped yet. In order for you to keep this weight off, it has to become a lifestyle. It's so cliche to say, but it is part of my life now. Working out is something that I do every day. It's like brushing your teeth. It's part of my life now. And so the only way for that to happen, something to become a habit, is for you to do it every single day. and not stop. That people started coming up to me in the gym and asking me for my help. Other girls in the class that I was taking were asking me to help them, and it's crazy how God does things, because I never was thinking about being a trainer before this. It all kind of just fell in my lap. People started asking me, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should learn more about this so that when people ask me for help, I know how to help them. A year later, after I made that decision, I was a trainer in that gym. And maybe another 6 months after that, I decided to do a bodybuilding competition. It's all been just a crazy experience, because I never thought that I would be able to accomplish any of these things. After I became a trainer, I was doing group fitness classes at the gym and personal one-on-one sessions, and I ended up, having to move my personal clients to my own little space, which actually was my basement of my house. That is how my business started. It started in my basement. I trained hundreds of women in my group fitness class and my personal training, small group training. Prepped 4 different women to compete in different competitions, and they all got either first or second place, just saying. Not only that, I prepped women for the military. I prepped women to become police officers. I prepped women to become corrections officers. And I've just been able to accomplish like so many dope things. And they all started the day I decided to be tired of my own BS. My point in saying all that is, if you're thinking about changing your life, don't wait anymore. You're just wasting time. The only regret that I have is that I didn't take it serious sooner. Because I had no idea everything that I would be capable of. And if I didn't make that decision to lose the weight, my life would be completely different right now. I know my story in making that decision, it changed my kids' lives. Because not only is health and fitness a lifestyle for me, but it's something that they're conscious of. And it's something that they're going to go into adulthood, and it'll already be a lifestyle for them. I mean, that's a generational curse that was broken there. Everyone in my family has always struggled with weight. My mother ended up losing 100 pounds after I lost 100 pounds. And these things all came about after my decision to stop sitting on my butt and to, start trying to lose weight. I was able to help all these people, help my family, help these other women. I've helped women lose anywhere from 10 to 80 pounds. And that's all started just with me being sick and tired of being sick and tired, and just wanting to not have this emotional weight on my back anymore. And I'm actually, next month, I am opening my own little facility. I'm not supposed to say it's little. My own facility. And I'm really excited about it. My business has grown so much to that point. And, I went to school to be a paralegal. I thought I was going to be doing that. I had no idea what God had for me. But it all came after I decided to lose that weight. And, so just, if you're thinking about losing weight, like I said, don't wait anymore. You have no idea the person that you are under that. You have no idea. I had no idea. So thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope it inspired you. And the biggest thing that I want you to take from it is that there's no difference between me and you. I was a mom who had 100 pounds to lose and, was not athletic at all, walked into a gym and was self-conscious, didn't feel like I fit there. And if I can do this, if I can lose the weight, if I can change my life, anyone can, and that includes you. So thank you so much for listening to my story. Like I said, if you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it for me. And I will see you next time. Thanks. All right, shut up. Okay, here we go. Hit that subscribe button for me. And thank you so much for, start over. Hi YouTube. No, I have actually lost 100 pounds myself. Done a pretty good job keeping it off. I have my own